Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching my Primary Plus series. This is my Primary Plus short form that on days that I don't have a lot of time or I'm sort of warming up before I teach, this is a smaller, shorter practice that I go through that I love to share with you. So we'll start with a couple or three Sun Salute A's and Sun Salute B's, and then my Sun Salute C. So coming to the top of your mat, spreading toes, pressing them all down, lift the inner arches, squeeze your inner thighs towards one another. As you press the back of the pelvis down, lengthening out of the low back, you notice that my hand is here to lift the skin from between the pelvic bones up towards the rib cage. Soften the shoulders, gentle gaze, connecting with the in-breath and the out-breath, in and out through the nostrils, developing a calm and steady breath to keep you in a balanced nervous system state through the practice. In-breath gives you the energy to move into the postures. Out-breath is your signal to your body to relax and move into the posture in a soft kind of way. The back of the throat closes a bit so there's breathing with sound. You can hear your breathing. It's soothing, knowing that you are steady in your breath. I'll begin with Surya Namaskar A, squeezing ankles together, open palms. Inhale, hands come up. Elevating the shoulders, pressing down into the heels, tip chin to thumbs. Exhale, bending at the hips, hands to the mat. Inhale, straight arms, draw shoulders back, belly is drawn in. With head up, step back through to plank position. Firm your plank position, press into the toes, elbows in, lower down, chaturanga. Shifting forward, inhale to upward dog. Open the front of the chest, press into the hands again. Connect with your toenails. Lift your chin up, gaze at the nose. Head comes back to neutral, drops into the chest, coming into downward facing dog. Feet about hip distance apart. As my head is heavy, hanging down, gaze upward towards the navel. Deep, full inhalation, slow exhalation. Lower belly is drawn up and in. Five rounds of smooth in-breath and out-breath. On the exhale, bending knees, looking forward. Inhale, walk forward, head up, hands down. Exhale, soft forward fold, pushing into the hands, face towards the legs. Inhale, stand up, hands up. Elevate the shoulders, root into the feet, chin to the thumb. Exhale back to Samasthiti. Again, inhale. Root and extend. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, head up, shoulders back, preparing to step back through to plank position. Elbows squeeze in. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, shifting forward, press into the thumb, index finger, draw the shoulder blades towards each other. Look to your nose. Tuck your head in, exhale, finding downward facing dog. Try to bring your breath into the side ribs as you hollow out the space between the pubic bone and the lower ribs. Exhaling, fully bend knees. Inhale, walk forward, head up. Exhale, shifting, creating space in the hip creases with a hollow belly. Fold forward. Inhale to stand up, hands up, chin to the thumbs. Exhale back, Samasthiti. Do one Surya Namaskar B. Ankles, big toe mounts, and inner knees squeeze together as you drop down. Floating arms up as the belly hollows, palms together, tip chin to thumbs. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, head up. Exhale, step back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, shifting the chest and the pelvis through, press into the toenails. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward, left turns and drops parallel to the mat. On the inhale, rise up, hands up. Take another breath in here. Exhale, frame the front foot as you look forward, turn the back toes, stepping back through plank. Exhale to lower down. Press into the toenails, roll the shoulder tips back, open up the whole front chest cavity. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Left side. Inhale, rise up, palms together, strong through the legs. Another inhale here, exhale. Frame the front foot, inhale, step back through to plank. Exhale to lower down. Press into the toes, lift through the chest and sternum, look to the tip of your nose. Exhale back. Take about 5 cycles of breath in downward facing dog. Deeper and longer breaths, so this is more of a cardiovascular increase. Maintaining a steadiness in the breath. Exhaling fully, inhale, walk forward, head up. Exhale, fold at the hips as you push hands down, head comes towards the legs. Squeeze ankles, knees, and toes together. Inhale, float arms, elevate the shoulders, pull up through the belly button and in. Exhale, stand tall. Surya Namaskar, C. Bend the knees, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, head up, preparing to step back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest, press down into the hands, look to your nose. Exhale, back to downward facing. Right foot forward, left foot parallel to the mat, coming up for a Virabhadrasana or warrior B. Pressing into the front toes, back heel. Lift your torso from the pelvis, arms are soft. Drop the back hand, exalt. Warrior, bend a little more deeply in the front side. Exhale, forearm comes to the thigh. Open up the side body, extend left hand straight up, bend more deeply. Excellent. Exhale, framing the front foot. Turn the back toes in, coming into Parsvattanasana, and in a rocking motion, so rocking back and forth with fingertips on the ground. And settling down here, lift the belly up and in over the front leg. Bend the knee, walk forward, preparing for Ardha Chandrasana. Bring the instep to the heel, extend the leg back, press into the standing leg. Begin to open up to expand here, and looking up to the thumb. Hands come back down, turn the pelvis to neutral, suck the belly in, press the foot back, engaging the quadricep, thigh, hamstring, and glute. Land the foot back down, deep bend in the front knee, inhale, warrior A. Looking up to the thumbs. Excellent. Exhale, framing the front foot, turn the back toes, drop down onto your knee. Inhale to open up to the right side. Exhale, both hands come down. Kick back into a medium lunge. Hands can come to the foot or to the knee. Exhale, frame the front foot. Inhale, step back through downward facing dog. And my challenge is always to remember exactly what I did for the opposite side. We'll see how it goes. Inhale, left foot forward, right turns and drops parallel to the back mat. Inhale, rising into Virabhadrasana B. Pressing firmly into both feet. Lift the belly up and shift the tailbone or buttock shelf down. Exalting the warrior, inhale. Exhale. Forearm on the thigh, sink the thigh and the hips low. Open up the side body. Extend right hand up towards the ceiling. Watch that the knee is tracking. Exhale to frame the front foot. Walk the back foot in a little bit, rocking back and forth. And settle down, lift the belly up and over the extended leg. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, head up, walking forward. Bring the instep to the back of the heel. Ardha Chandrasana as you use power in the legs to press back. Both hands can stay on the mat, or you can peel the right hand away, extending and looking up at the thumb. Press through the foot. As you exhale, hand comes down. Reorganize the pelvis so it's neutral. Press back through the heel. Good, very nice. Press the right foot back and down. Prepare to come up into Virabhadrasana A to finish. Excellent work. Frame the front foot with your hands. Step back through to plank. Firm your plank. Pressing back through the toes and heels. Either drop the knees or come all the way down. Elbows come in. Exhale. Notice the elbows shift back as they squeeze into the midline. Inhale, roll the shoulder tips. Press into the thighs or lift them slightly, pressing into the toes. Drop the shoulder blades down the back. Open up your chin. Exhale back to downward facing dog. About 5 breaths. In and out, long, smooth, and steady. After about 5 cycles, bend your knees. Inhale, walk forward. Head up, hands down. Slide your belly up and in. Create space in the hip creases. Exhale, forward fold. Press into the hands. Bend your knees. Finishing with Utkatasana. Elevate the shoulders. Pull the belly in. Tip your chin up to the thumbs. And exhale. Stand tall. Hands to the waist, Padangusthasana, hop feet apart. As you roll everything up into the lower part of the belly, exhale, fold forward. Find your big toes. Inhale, straight arms, prepare, shoulders are back. Exhale, create a little space here. Exhale, fold. Lean into the toes. Make sure your thumb, index finger, and middle finger are touching, creating a mudra. Gazing up towards the nose, back of the neck is long. Inhale, straight arms, setting up for Padahastasana, hands underneath the feet. Pressing toes into wrist creases. Inhale, straight arms. Lift your lower belly up. Exhale, fold at the hip creases. Watch that you're not leaning into the baby toe, but press down into the big toe mound. Keep your arches active as you press toes into wrists. Inhale, head up. I'll do one more here because I'm on my hands a lot and it's great for the wrists. Palms down, toes to the wrists, back of the wrist. Pressing and leaning into that straight arms, activating back muscles here. Head hangs between the upper arms. Excellent. Inhale, straight arms, really pressing down into the wrists, feeling the forearms, working here. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, come back to Samastitihi. Recommitting to Samastitihi, lifting all of the toes, pressing them down. Squeeze the inner knees together, lengthen through the back of the body. As you press the buttock shelf or sacrum downward, see if you can lift and lengthen the low back from here and activate the muscles, psoas, hip flexors, and the abdominal muscles here. Lengthen through the neck, drop shoulders. Deep and steady breath. One more standing posture before we take the seated postures and finish in about 20 minutes. Trikonasana, I step out to the long side of the mat, setting up the posture so the back foot's parallel, the toes are slightly turned in, spinning on the heel. My heel is just around the ankle or closer to the instep. Leaning forward to find the big toe. I'm on the inside. As I press the big toe down, lifting through the armpit, creating space there. Extending left hand up. I like to activate, align the crown of my head with the tailbone, drawing the hip under a little bit, then lift the chin towards the left thumb. Creating space in the shoulders as much as possible. And exhale, I look down at the foot for stability. Inhale to open up. Turning and pivoting for left side. Sometimes I just have my foot flex so I can reach toe first. Press foot down. Rearrange the back leg to accommodate lift here. Create resistance between big toe mountain. Bind of hands, rotate and extend. Drawing the left hip under the body a little bit more. Turning to look at the foot, exhale, inhale, open up, and exhale, stepping back to mat, samastiti. Inhale, arms up, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, head up, exhale, stepping back through to plank, firm plank. Shifting slightly forward, draw shoulders back and integrate them into the back. Elbows turn in, exhale, lower down. Inhale to press up into upward facing dog. Hips are dropping, toenails are connected. Looking to nose. Exhale, downward facing dog. To come to your seat, you can either jump through, or I prefer this because it engages more power. Shifting forward, knee to the back of the right elbow, slide it all the way down to the wrist. Lean forward, picking up the back, leg crossing around the shins, rolling over, taking seat. Dandasana, which is important to set this tone for the rest of the seated forward folds, hands pressed down, sternums lifted, toes are flared, thigh muscles are engaged, and there's a lift away from the hip bones. So there's space between the lower ribs and the hip bones. You can feel where your belly button is and ease of breathing. The sternum a little bit more, drop your chin. Inhale, lifting gaze. Exhale. A couple of attempts at L-sit. Leaning forward. Bring the hands back closer to the elbows. Lean quite a bit forward. Pressing into the arms. I'm going to keep my toes down, flexing them. Straighten arms, activating the lat muscles here. 3, 4, 5, Exhale to lower down. Create some space here. Inhale, reaching towards feet, maybe the big toes. Setting up the posture here on the exhalation as you pull belly button in, creating a nice bit of stimulation to the abdominal organs. Deep and full breath in and out through the back ribs. Draw shoulders back, gazing towards the big toes. Inhale, head up. I'm going to rotate my inner thighs from the knees together now, lengthening, creating space here. On the exhale, wrapping hands around feet. I'm going to place my thumb and the big toe joint here to rotate my feet towards each other, lengthening here. Exhale, forward fold. Elbows are used to squeeze the legs. Shoulder blades are pulled down the back. Head can rest, or chin can rest. Inhale, head up. I still have a good grasp of my feet here, working through flexibility from the Achilles tendon through calves. Exhale to release, crossing left shin over right, pulling knees into the chest. Feet go down, inhale up. Exhale, sit down. Purvottanasana, internally rotating the legs, the ankles, your walking hands, about 8 to 10 inches back. Internally rotating, sucking belly in, chin is on the chest. On the inhale, peeling everything open, toes down, extend, let your head drop back. Keep pressing the toes down, 3, 4, 5. Exhale to lower down, crossing left over right, pull the knees in, lifting up, inhale, exhale, extending legs. Bending the right knee for Janu Sirsasana A, or pulling the heel up towards the belly, resting the ankle lightly on the thigh, wrapping around to find big toe. Inhale, exhale. Don't do half lotus or lotus unless you have been doing it and prepared for it through all of the hip opening poses through the primary series. Inhale, head up. Exhale here. I like to do this exit. Kind of fun through a lotus, lifting the hips up, rolling over. Hands come back closer to the knees. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale. And coming through Janu Sirsasana A, or coming into half bound lotus. That is something that you're familiar with working with and is safe. Exhale to forward fold. Couple more breaths. Inhale, head up. Exhale to release. Going to move to close the practice now, because this is my short practice. I'm doing a couple of little bridges and a forward fold. Laying down. Fingertips reaching towards the heels. Pressing back of the head, so shimmy the shoulders down away from the neck. Flattening the shoulder blades down, lifting the pelvis, smoothing out the low back. Inhale, pressing into the feet. I'm going to do 2 more after this. Exhale to lower down. To get a little bit warmer, I'm going to reach for my feet. On the inhale, squeezing the shoulder blades together, rolling them away from the ears, lifting the hips a little bit higher. Notice my belly's expanding and contracting. Breathe as much as I can through the front of the body. Exhale. Finish with Urdhva Dhanurasana. Feel like I'm warming up to do that. Exhale, landing on shoulders, elbows come in, knees tuck in. Rocking up, sitting legs long. Hands are underneath the knees, a very soft forward fold. Releasing the lower back, head can meet the legs. Draw shoulders flat. And a steady 5 breaths here. Inhale, head up. Exhale to release. And finish with Baddha Padmasana, Yoga Mudra. Padmasana and Plutihi. Be very careful here. Half lotus is lots for anybody, or an easy pose. I've been doing this for 16 or so years, so it's a very familiar pose for me. It's not something I would suggest you do in this video unless you have good instruction and training and you practice for that safely. Finding my big toes, wrapping around. Exhale to fold forward, chin towards the mat. You can breathe with me here to a count of 5 on the inhale. And 6 on the exhale. Breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Back up. Padmasana. Index finger and thumb touch. 3 fingers are straight. Roll the shoulder blades. Integrate them into the back as you draw the belly button towards the back. Chest is lifted. Chin drops slightly. Best if you can stay here for 10 in-breaths and out-breaths, which would be about 5 minutes or so. To focus on steady breathing. Count your in-breath and out-breath. Quiet the mind. Settle into a meditative state. Gaze at the tip of the nose or close your eyes, accessing the inner awareness of the energy body, the physical body. Now to lift your chin, lift your gaze, Uplutihi, 3 breaths. Knees come up, hands slightly forward, chin stays lifted. Inhale, up, 1, 2, 3. Exhale to lower down. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a blessed day. Namaste.